Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. I'm Christine. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to a team call where we will hopefully learn about a full circle leadership in MLM. I'm excited. Let's see if we will learn something practical for our own lives. Welcome if you're new here. This channel has experienced a good amount of growth over the past couple of weeks and months. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. Welcome if you are a returning subscriber. I do appreciate your support a lot. This is going to be a longer video, so short intro. We will get right into this and learn in a team call about how to be a full circle team leader.
Hello, hello. What is up, everybody? I am going to let a few people hop on, and then we are going to get right into it. That way we can keep this short, sweet, but productive, and just giving you hopefully the important information that can really help you lead. And so if you're hopping on, just say hello so we can get a logarithm on this page notifying people that I am live. Happy hump day, you guys. I hope you're having a really productive week. I hope that you guys have went out of your comfort zones this month and did open houses and last chance first glance parties. I hope that you guys have front-loaded your calendar for September because we are coming up on the end of August, you guys, and it's going to be really important to make sure that you are working your personal business before you are trying to be a leader, right? So I'm really excited to share this content. This is something new that I am going to be training on today, so I'm really excited you guys are here. As you guys know, I am very, very passionate about leading you all, leading our group, leading our team, leading one-on-one, doing coaching calls, all those kinds of things. I'm very, very passionate about helping you guys get in the driver's seat and get where you want to go. And one thing that gets missed in the training aspect on a broad spectrum that I don't get to tell you guys in a place like this is the importance of having a well-rounded leadership, full circle kind of business. And there are two parts that I truly believe and have seen in the past 11 years as a leader, because I've been a leader for 10 out of those 11 years. So the past 10 years being a leader in Scentsy, this has been a direct commonality, one building off of the other. When I have seen leaders that are stuck at lead, a lot of you guys are stuck at lead, star, and superstar. Many of the people on this team are literally stuck at lead, star, and superstar, and you keep flip-flopping back and forth about what system you should do or what you need to do for your business this week or what you need to do for your team the next week. There's so much confusion and it's so imbalanced that you never even get paid at title, and furthermore, you don't ever promote. Okay?
For context, when we take a look at Scentsy's compensation plan, we can see that the ranks of lead consultant, star consultant, and superstar consultant, ironically, the first three ranks where you need to recruit in the company, they have the following requirements. You need to have a personal volume, that is the products you yourself sell, of 500. Additionally, you have a group wholesale volume of 1,000 to 6,000. And you also have an active frontline consultant requirement of 1, 2, or 3 people who have to be directly recruited by you. So for context, that is the group of people she's talking to here specifically.
And this is going to be a really hard training for you to swallow because you're going to hopefully self-reflect and realize, even if you're on here and you're a star director or a superstar director, you're going to realize that there is a commonality in an imbalance of what you're doing in your leadership and in your business, because what you should be looking at as a leader is frontline promotions every month. And the higher up you go as a leader, meaning when you go up to star, you should be promoting a star with you. That's a frontline. When you're a superstar, you should be promoting superstar frontlines. When you're a director, you should be continuously, consistently building directors under you. When you're a star director, you should be building star directors under you. And when you're a superstar director, you should be building superstar directors under you. And this is not happening within Scentsy. It is not. I want you to comment for me and tell me if you can relate to this. Is this you in your leadership right now?
What she's referring to here is surprise, it's recruitment. She says that if you want to rank up, you want to keep a rank, or you want to be paid as that rank because you fulfill all of your monthly requirements, you need to focus on the people you directly recruited, so your frontline, and get them to the same rank that you are at if you want to show progress and if you want to rank up via the compensation plan, and that is her tactic. That way, you might have a chance to stay at your rank or rank up or be paid as that rank. Otherwise, according to her, you will be stuck at a rank and you cannot rank up further if you don't recruit people who then also rank up. So yeah, that's what the focus is. And I believe the reason why she's pointing this out, let's take a look again at the compensation plan. Let's take a look at the active frontline consultants. It shows that very, very well in the comp plan. Those are the people you at minimum need to have on your team, but the more you have, the better to fulfill the required group volume and the required team volume. And the two top ranks also require that you have directors under you that you yourself recruited. The more people you have, the easier, of course, it is to get the group volume and also to get the team volume, but you also need to have people under you who recruit enough people to be able to fulfill that as well. And that way you have the required ranks, that way you're able to stay at the rank of the people in your downline and also have more of a chance to fulfill the group and the team volume, because the person alone, that looks like it's not that easy to sell that many products and to have people purchase a lot of product.
If you were on here, do you have frontline rock stars that are at the same title as you? Are you consistently growing them? And I'm being really honest about this, and I want you guys to understand, I don't want this training to make you think that you're not capable. But I need for you guys to understand that you're doing a lot of things that don't matter if you are not promoting yourself and if you are not promoting front lines under you to hit your level. I don't care if you're the best superstar director in the world. If you're not promoting frontline superstar directors and frontline directors, there's something wrong. There is something wrong, okay? And this is consistently. So what we're going to talk about over the next 5 to 10 minutes is full circle leadership, okay? So if you want to be a well-rounded leader, okay, that means there is somewhat a balance to leadership. I am balanced in the way I work, in the way I lead. I don't need 5 million systems, 1 million databases, 1 million different ways to drip emails to you guys or to my customers. I don't need to do all those things to have a well-rounded business. What I do have to do is the right things. And a lot of us are doing the wrong things. So let's talk about the first step in having well-rounded leadership. In order to have well-rounded leadership, you have to have a well-rounded business, okay? What does this mean? Well, it means every single person that is doing the trainings in this group that has taught you guys about parties, follow-up, systems, join conversations, etc., you are rinsing and repeating what they are teaching. You are getting results from these things. You are front-loading your calendar. If you don't have parties booked, leaders don't say, I don't have parties booked. You know what you do? You have your own party. That's what leaders do. Because you should never be comfortable to even type out on your team page that you just don't have parties booked. You're a leader. Leaders go first.
Leaders go first might sound nice, but why are we then on a team call where, according to her, the people are stuck at the first 3 recruitment ranks when she is a well-rounded leader and she is leading a well-rounded team and she goes first and she leads by example. It pretty much means I do the things, you see that I do the things, and then you're able to replicate that, and that way you will be successful as well, and that way you also benefit my business. Why are people then not replicating this when she is allegedly doing everything right and such a well-rounded leader? Maybe it is because it is not that easy to replicate your leader's success. There are certain things like, I don't know, market saturation, being good at sales without coming across as salesy, hitting the MLM at the right timing, having a good following on social media is helpful, having a group of people and friends and family members who are willing and able to buy from you. All of those things might be more important than having a really, really strong leader who leads by example and you just follow that example. If that was the case, then the people on this team would be successful, all of them, because they all would be able to just duplicate what she does and follow her lead. Maybe she, as a leader of a big team, is not that great of a well-rounded leader, and that is why the others are not able to follow her less than stellar example. I mean, which one is it?
And a big problem that we have within Scentsy is leaders want to look like they're doing a lot of things, and we want to check all these Facebook pages and do all these things, but we're not actually doing things that are productive. We're not moving the wheel to make sure that our business is taken care of. Because if our business is not growing every single month, but we're trying to grow leadership, that's why you're imbalanced. You're imbalanced because you're not growing your personal business every month, but you're trying to be some kind of leader and you don't even got no leaders under you because you haven't promoted anybody.
Micromanagement, in my opinion, is a huge topic in this kind of industry where you have to check and control regularly what the people on your team do. How many people have they recruited? How much have they sold? How much have they bought? Are they on an auto shipment? Stuff like that, which in my opinion is micromanagement. Did you already buy something? Did you recruit somebody? Are the people running with their business? You have to be involved in your people's business as well, when your success depends on your team's success to a certain degree as well. And since this is, in my opinion, a very controlling industry, then the essential tasks like recruiting and selling, ironically, can get lost.
Do you see why your business gets imbalanced? So this over here, your personal business, you need to start here every single day, okay? Every single day, you need to think, what does my customer follow-up system look like? What does my customer expansion look like? Some of y'all are circling the drain with the same 40 customers for years. I don't know how you do it. Then you say you don't know how to grow, yet you haven't had a home party in God knows how long, or you've never had one. You don't know how to use your fingers to type into Google to find events. Sorry. You're not sharing about fundraisers. You're not doing anything to grow your network, and that is essential. If your network's not growing, it's dying.
If your network is not growing, it is dying. So consistently get new customers by throwing parties, then recruit those customers, help them to rank up so that they can recruit enough people so that your paycheck and your rank is secured. And don't bank on the potential 40 customers you might have who here or there might buy from you and they want to become customers at some point. So you consistently need to keep this up to date. You consistently need to throw parties, try to get new customers, and then try to recruit these. That sounds exhausting.
You cannot continue to exhaust the same customers on your Facebook VIP page to death. That is why they're not responding to you anymore, because you're not growing your network. And I am not going to get on here and tell anybody anymore how to grow their network, because you know exactly how to grow your network. You just aren't doing it. So listening to all of the amazing knowledge, going back maybe and rewatching these videos this month, from these amazing, incredible leaders that sell thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars a month and recruit anywhere from 4 to 8 people a month. That's who you need to listen to so you can build a solid business, right? And it's not even just parties and events, Michelle, every month. It's out of those parties and events. How many solid customers are you guys getting? How many clubbers? How many parties are being booked off those parties? I booked 5 parties this past Saturday for my open house. 5 brand new hosts, 5 brand new people that are going to expand my network. I just had a joint conversation before this call with somebody that just got moved up to club from me because they used to be under a consultant under me and that consultant fell off. And you know what I did? I said, you should get paid for your club. This is what the kit looks like this month. Just join, and then your family can order under you. We're missing opportunities because we're too focused on scrolling on Facebook and doing pretty pictures. Nobody cares about your pretty picture. How many customers are you bringing in? How many parties have you had this month? It is literally a sale month, a discontinued scent month. Our clearance sale is incredible. Why are you continuing to let these amazing things that Scentsy gives you slide by instead of using them to your advantage to book parties? Not parties you're comfortable in, because if you're comfortable doing your selling and doing your recruiting, I would love to see how many leaders you're building under you, and I would love to see your sales, because I guarantee you if you would go outside of the box and you would do things that you're not comfortable doing, like fundraisers, like in-home parties, right? Like events, I guarantee you not only would you expand your customer base, but you would start building and bringing in new team members that also are going to be able to see a variation of ways to work. How are you guys training your new team members? How are some of you guys training these new team members and you've never even had a home party? You've never done an event. You've never done a fundraiser. Are you just opening online links for people? Because that's a dangerous place to be. That is a dangerous place to put a new consultant. That's very scary. Because 99% of people in Scentsy that are leaders, 99% of them are not. And I mean leaders paid at title and leaders growing leaders. I can guarantee you Jenna Audette's not doing a million Facebook parties. Neither is Melissa Gratz. And I know I'm not. I know Jennifer Anderson's not. You know what we're doing? We're getting in front of people.
That is the MLM Red Race Scentsy edition, and also a lovely attitude on a team call towards the people you depend on, the recruits on your team, and also potential customers. That's lovely. Where can I sign up?
You guys need to get back to building your business and doing the hard work that it takes to build a business. And I want to encourage you. And I've been telling my people, I've been doing coaching calls with this. If you've not done an event, book an event every single month this fall. If you've not done a home party, at least one every month this fall. If you've not done a fundraiser, one every month this fall. That's my challenge to you guys, because if you're not growing, what are you doing as a leader and why are you here? There's no way you're going to build a full-time business by doing kind of part-time, easy, comfortable work. It's not going to happen. And my goal in building leaders and helping you guys, number one, see that you are capable and you can do this, but you have got to do this. Nobody tells me how to work my business every day. I don't need a motivator. I don't need to go on YouTube and get trained on how to talk to a customer. I just go and talk to a customer. I trial and error. And we live in a world where nobody wants to trial anything because we just don't want to do it. Or we're scared of no. And what I want you to get comfortable in is getting really uncomfortable and really, really, really used to hearing no. Because leadership is not a participation trophy. Leadership is earned. You're not going to become a leader that can leave their job and can do Scentsy full time, not for long anyways. There are many people who leave Scentsy, but they have to come or leave their job and just do Scentsy, and they have to come back because they didn't build a solid foundation in their business and they're not focusing on the right things. So then they have to go get a job again.
Yeah, that sounds horrific. The horrible corporate job, the horrible 9 to 5 job. Maybe in that case, don't try to recruit all of your customers and let your customers just be customers, and don't try to turn them into boss babes when they just want the products for less. This is not necessarily a speech to help others. She needs people on her team to hit ranks every single month and to sell a certain amount of product every single month. The reason why we are on this team call and why we're having this speech is because she does not want her paycheck to crumble, and that is why we're belittling people on this team. That's why we're speaking to people like this. Because a full-rounded leadership also means to not talk to people like this. She is a superstar director, and every single month, in order for her to be paid as at that rank, she needs to sell 500, which can get tricky if you recruit all of your customers. She needs to have a group wholesale volume of 80,000 and a team wholesale volume of 10,000. She needs to have 3 people that she herself recruited actively as scentsy consultants as well, and then she needs an additional 4 people she herself recruited who are also at one of the director ranks. And that is why we're on this call. It is in a way, of course, also to help others, because some of these people need to hit those requirements as well. They need to sell a certain amount of product or purchase a certain amount of product, but this is not necessarily to help others. The ultimate goal is to help herself, but she needs people on her team so that she can fulfill those requirements according to Sentsy's compensation plan.
And what you have to realize is that consistency, determination has to be the norm. If you want to be a leader, you have to get very disciplined in being consistent in partying and sponsoring. That has to be at the utmost. That has to be when you are making your list of things that you want to get better in and things you need to focus on every day. Stop printing out systems and stop trying to do all the things. And I want to know how many parties you have booked for this month and how many sponsoring conversations you've had in the past 3 days. And if it's not more than 5 parties front loaded and you've not had at least 3 conversations in 3 days, you need to stop what you're doing and you need to get back to the basics. You don't need to get trained on how to follow up with a customer. You just need to do it, right? So in order to have well-rounded leadership and full circle leadership, you've got to have a well-rounded business. Sales, annual sales. Recruiting, annual mentor. They align to help you focus on selling well to expand your customer base, annual sales, and annual mentor. Growing people not just to certified. That's a problem too. But growing them after certified. So now we're going to get into how you can be a well-rounded leader. I have 3 different ways. Okay? So the first thing I want to say is leaders, you are not always going to be liked. And that is your superpower. Leaders are not always going to be liked. Meaning you're going to have to make decisions for the best of the team. And they don't have to understand. There are many decisions I make that I don't ask you guys permission for. I didn't ask you guys if you wanted a new team page. I didn't ask you guys if you wanted a new leadership page. I made that decision so I could clean them up, make them very systematic, get them fresh, and boot people out that didn't want to be there. That's why I did that. I didn't have to explain that to you guys, but you guys who wanted to be on my pages, you added yourselves.
But you run your own business, right? That's also why you're on this team call and get yelled at. Make it make sense. See? Huh?
So you have to, as a leader, get confident in decisions you're going to make. And I say this as the first well-rounded leader tip, because as you grow your team, you're going to feel like you need to do everything for everybody. You're going to think you need to coach everybody, which is the most detrimental thing I hear when I talk to leaders, is that you guys are literally working with everybody, and that is not sustainable. You cannot work with everybody as you grow. If I worked with 14,000 people, I wouldn't sleep, I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't be married. I'd probably be dead. It's not possible. So if you're wanting to grow a full-time business, You need to start looking at the way that leaders in Scentsy that are doing really well, which it's hard for you guys to know who's doing well, because you may see a superstar director that acts like they're doing all the things, yet they haven't been paid a title. They've grown no frontline directors. They've grown no superstar directors. They've grown no star directors. They're not sponsoring, right? It's hard for you to know. But what I will say about me is I practice what I preach. And when I tell you that you need to start focusing on doing with 10 what you can do with 100, you need to implement that now. You're not a 7-Eleven. Why you guys are answering your team members 24 hours a day is beyond me. And your frontline and your new recruits, they can wait. Your family comes first. You need to time block when you do team days. Mine are Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you don't have a time when you do team stuff, you need to. If you're a leader, if you're a lead consultant or above, you should have a dedicated time every week that you are focusing on leadership. You're focusing on growing your leaders. You're focusing on building community. I literally started leadership calls probably the second year into my business. And so you cannot be everything for everybody. And I promise you, if you want to burn out really quickly, keep doing that. And you're going to see that, wow, Chloe really did know a thing or two about this, because these people do not care about you. And that's the God honest truth. They want to get something out of you, especially if you're successful. And it's hard to hear that, because you're like, Chloe, my team loves me. They can love you, but they have a personal gain they want to get from you whenever they're talking to you. It's the truth. There are some people, far and few between, maybe on your team, that really care about you as a person. But I want you guys to understand this. You cannot attach your success or your worth in Scentsy in your team. You are there to lead your team by example, and then to set up business hours, business blocking times, leadership blocking times, and parameters so you can help them grow.
That is so hypocritical, though. The first thing is to establish a personal relationship with people. If you don't have that already, establish one. Be honest, be confident, connect really and truly with things that you are interested in. Connect with a personal relationship to potentials. Sell them, recruit them, and then build them. But they don't love you. I mean, which one is it? Being in Scentsy should be a business. That should be very clear up front. You are there to make money. That's it. Some of the people might be there to get their hands on the products first, and also to get the products for less, because they can utilize the system and selling products, etc. But the lines in Scentsy are very, very blurry, because people don't necessarily treat this like a business, because you need to establish a personal relationship to people, and then you hear stuff like this. If you recruit people who have no clue about Scentsy and how to run the MLM business, then it is your job, and many times that's also included in the pitch, to show them and to teach them how to do it. You don't need to be salesy. You don't need to be good at selling. I can teach you all of these things. How many times have we heard this before? So it is your job as the person who has recruited them to teach them and to show them how to sell and how to recruit. And those people will expect you to give them important information. Absolutely. That is to be expected. But now we're turning this entire system around, and we're turning this against the downline. And do you know who people like her, those self-proclaimed leaders in Scentsy, need? Their downline, the people who are on their team, the so-called leaders or not leaders, the people who are not able to rank up, the people who are not able to recruit enough people, people who are not able to sell enough product. You need them more as a leader than they need you. And Scentsy's compensation plan shows that beautifully, because as a downline, you don't need to have 3 uplines that have hit a certain rank, but as an upline, you need to have a downline where the people are able to hit certain ranks and where they are able to sell a certain amount of product.
That is the best way that I can explain how to be successful and sustainable as a leader in Scentsy. Okay, the second way, identify early on and consistently who you need to work with. Who does coaching calls? Comment for me. Who does coaching calls? Who is getting on the phone with their frontline and helping them get to the next level? Who is helping their frontline get to the next level? If you are not doing this, you need to start immediately. You need to identify the people that are selling, recruiting, and showing up on the calls that you're doing in the team page. If you're not doing consistent calls with your team once a month, you need to right now. Because those shenanigans need to stop. Y'all need to do consistent team calls once a month with your team. I started when I had 2 people on my team, and I have never stopped, ever. You cannot build community with a team you don't know. And you won't build community with a team you don't know.
But before that, she said that she started her leader calls after 2 years into Scentsy, and now she said that she's developing leaders after she had 2 recruits. Which one is it? I mean, did you have 2 recruits after 2 years?
Because when I do my Zooms, there's so many people on, your team isn't getting to talk. They're not getting to connect more than likely, right? That's your job. So if you have not started helping your frontline, that's what coaching is. You don't need credentials to help them get where you got because you've already been there, right? I'm going to repeat that again. You don't need credentials or a fancy app or a fancy system to help your frontline get to where you got. If you're a lead, get on the phone with your frontline and help them learn how to get to lead. Show them the leadership section on anchoredscents.com, our team website, that some of y'all are living under a rock on and aren't even looking at, and show them under the Hey Leader section what the compensation plan is.
Hey Leader?
How they promote to lead.
Fuck?
How to convert GWD
Hey Leader
to PRV.
Hey Recruiter.
Why are you not showing them how to get where you got? When they are where you are, when they are certified, you need to help them understand and know how to get to lead. When they are certified, they should be doing all the things I just talked about in block 1 of building a business, and they should be front loading, expanding their customer base, and booking parties. Front loading.
I wonder if the leaders in Scentsy also feel that they're not doing that well anymore. Like all bigger MLMs, I would say, feel that at the moment. Especially during the pandemic, MLMs really saw a rise in the numbers of consultants who joined. And that is why she, as a self-proclaimed leader, is so comfortable to speak to her team like this, because there's also a certain amount of desperation. Maybe lots of people have left after the pandemic, or I don't know, is this the smelly Scentsy magic? Or maybe it is just okay for her to have a shitty attitude. As a side note, if you're ever on a call with somebody talking to you like this, please hold yourself to a higher standard and exit the call, whether you are in an MLM or not. This is absolutely not acceptable.
If they're doing that, they will promote to lead, because then you can talk about Earn-a-Kit, teach them about Earn-a-Kit, teach them about all these different things. Okay? So, and I'm going to go back and answer some questions because I saw some on here. So thank you, Morgan, for helping her out. I appreciate that. So identifying early on who to work with. I'm very, very focused on my frontline new recruits in their first 70 days. Even with reinstatements, I encourage them to do a home launch party, to start getting systems in place. I treat them like I do a frontline new recruit, but since they were a reinstatement, it's not that they get a little less, because they do get the same amount of training, but a new recruit is going to need more, because reinstatements already know the basics. They already know all that. So my goal with a reinstatement is you need to have a home relaunch party. You need to aim for, if you're not certified, getting certified. Then if they are certified, they have our team website to know those next steps. Okay? So last but not least, with a well-rounded leader is consistently showing up for your team. Guys, leaders don't ask their team to do things they're not doing. I would never share with you guys that you need to do an open house or front load if I wasn't going first. I would never tell you guys to do a recruiting blitz or a booking blitz or, any of those things if I wasn't going first. I would never tell you guys to book an event if I wasn't going first. I would never tell you guys to make teacher bundles if I wasn't going first. I could go on and on and on, because that is not authentic. You have to be competent to be confident. Some of you guys are not wanting to do team calls because you're not working your business. So you know what I want to encourage you to do? Go back to block 1 and work your business. Then you will have plenty of things to talk about on the team call. You will have plenty of ideas to share. And then guess what? Consistently, because some of you guys are not wanting to do calls because you've only done 2 your whole leadership career and they didn't show up. Who cares? Keep doing them. Build connections with your team. Stop messaging them and text them. Tell them they're doing a great job. Build a relationship with them. Make them want to show up. Make them want to contribute. Make them want to come. Continuously sponsor. You can't keep messing with the same 4 people on your team and wondering why they're not showing up to calls. Y'all need to grow. You need to sponsor. I sponsored 4 to 5 people my first 5 years. A month. 4 to 5 a month.
She's just the greatest. Oh no, wait, she joined early and recruited the most people, that's it. And additionally, she also seems to be comfortable to recruit all of her customers. This is all just about recruitment and to keep the recruitment machinery going. Even the customers are just a recruitment tool as well, to flip them and to then turn them into recruits as well. So, recruitment, recruitment, recruitment. I would say that is well-rounded leadership in Scentsy.
And some of y'all are hanging on to that one person that joined 9 months ago and they said they're finally going to work. Stop. You're identifying and working with the wrong people. You need to stop hanging on and you need to recruit. That's what you need to do. Okay? And so, going into that, we have our next Zoom on Monday, this Monday, okay? And I hope to see you guys there. I'm going to share my tips from my open house. I'm going to be sharing teacher gifts I did. I'm going to be sharing front loading, all of those things. But, you know, I want to encourage you guys to focus on full circle leadership instead of just focusing on all these random things I feel like people focus on in Scentsy. You need to look at your personal business and are you leading by example? And are you consistently sponsoring? And when you consistently sponsor, how are you launching them? Are you encouraging them and training them on how to have a home launch party? And if you're not, have you had a launch party? If not, you need to have a home relaunch party. It's time, boo. If you're a lead and a star or a superstar, dear God, if you're a director and you have never had a home party, you need to sit down and go have a home party, because I have no idea how you are training people to have a home party that you have never had. Leaders go first.
Oh, come on, shut up. Learn about actual leadership and not this perverted, ridiculous, and glamorized MLM version of leadership. You are not a leader because you recruited the most people. That makes you the person who recruited the most people. That's it. A leader is not talking to their team like this, and a leader is not teaching their team like this. I mean, come on, take a class, Chloe, and drop this 1950s version of leadership. It is outdated. You can also be honest with your team and not insult them. Strange, I know, but it's possible.
So, I'm so honored to be a part of this community with you guys. I want you guys to know that I full-heartedly truly want the best for every single one of you, and leadership is hard. You're not going to hear the easy things in leadership. You're never going to hear that from me, because that's not going to grow a leader. I'm not going to tiptoe around the issues in your business. I'm going to tell you the issues in your business, because that's going to allow you to reflect and either work or not. You have the option. You can work and get discipline and you can do the action steps, or you can sit back and keep watching YouTube videos and keep scrolling on Facebook. You have the option for action, okay? You have the option to take action. You literally have, it's a gift. It's a gift for you to be able to step into action and to get uncomfortable, okay? And so I'm going to open it up for questions if you guys have any. I know that you guys, most of you guys are probably in Anchored Sense groups, so you guys are familiar with a lot of things I was talking about, this is not unfamiliar for you to hear me like share these things that probably opened your eyes to what you need to do. And so if there is any questions you guys have, though, feel free to drop them below.
Yeah, hi, hello, I'm Christina, nice to meet you. I have a question about leadership. If you are a well-rounded leader, how come that a lot of people on this team are stuck at the lower ranks and at the first recruitment ranks? If you lead by example, how come these people on your team are not ranking up? Is it because they suck? Is it because you are not as great a leader, although you want to make us believe that here on this team call? Or is it because most people in MLMs cannot be successful? I mean, please skip this question if it's the latter, because that would be quite uncomfortable to answer on this team call. I get it. So if it's the latter, please skip.
I'll answer them. And take action, you guys. Quit waiting. I had a home launch party in 2012 when I was 2 weeks into my business. Why are we still waiting? Why are y'all still waiting to have a home party? Just set the date and see who comes. Just take action. Quit waiting. Okay? So, let's see. Rakia, my newest recruit does not have a Facebook, so I suggested a business account, or should she just get a regular one? She doesn't need Facebook. Why does she need Facebook to work her business? Does she need Facebook? Does she need it? She can be successful without Facebook as long as she's booking parties and as long as she has a follow-up system. Ask her if she doesn't want Facebook, she doesn't need to have Facebook. You can teach her how to build her business without a Facebook. I don't work my business on Facebook at all. Y'all know that. If you don't, I'm going to tell you. I don't have a VIP page. I mean, I'm not sitting here regularly checking DMs. I know that's going to hurt you guys to know. Like, I don't work my business on Facebook at all. If it weren't for my team and leadership page, I wouldn't have a Facebook. I literally can't stand it. But I do work it on Instagram some. Ask her what she likes to do. That's what I would encourage you to do. How does she want to work her business? Because Facebook wasn't a thing whenever I first started Scentsy. I didn't grow my business on Facebook at all. You don't need Facebook to grow a business. That's a fact. And she'll probably grow a way better business by doing in-home parties, having a really simple follow-up system, and continuing to front load. That's how she'll build a really successful business. And she has anchoredscents.com. That's not on Facebook. She can go to anchoredscents.com, girl, whenever she wants, and she can get all the training, all the forms, all the important stuff that she needs, right? So that's my recommendation.
Me, I. She really sucks at this. Come on, girly pop, release some tension and start being a true leader. Is Scentsy tanking that hard? And that's why we're having this attitude and this team call? Is Scentsy the new Monate? Could be.
Anybody else? All right. Well, I hope that you guys have learned a lot this past month in this group. I'm very thankful that Jen had me be a part of it and the other leaders involved. It has really been incredible to be able to hear their knowledge and also to have you guys be able to hear their knowledge, because if you act on what they're saying, your business will change. Ayana, how did you shift your Facebook group to Insta? I never shifted it. I've never liked Facebook. I've never liked Facebook. It's too distracting for me. There's too many ads. And so I just started using Instagram by posting there first, Ayana. And then when you post in your story, it can automatically go to your Facebook stories. Same with when you do a post on Instagram, it'll automatically go to Facebook. So that's where I post first, and it just shares automatically to Facebook. And then, I sell in my stories like I do. If you guys don't follow me, my Instagram is Chloe A. Cox, and you guys can see it's lifestyle and Scentsy. It's not just the Scentsy Instagram at all. It's a lifestyle, so I kind of incorporate it all, but that's just where I go first. That's where I check DMs. That's where if I have a host, that's the first thing I ask her is if she has an Instagram. So that's just literally where I go to first. That's what I check every day. I don't check Facebook. So if you ever tag me, by the way, or do any of that and I don't see you, please do not take it personal. I don't check notifications. I just don't. That's not how I work my business. My priority on Facebook is the team and leadership page and anything like this that I'm doing. Those are my priorities, not checking notifications, which I know is killing some of y'all, but that's just not how I work my business. All right, Michelle Lard, do you reach out to your team to schedule coaching calls or wait until they reach out to you? Oh, absolutely. I do not let them reach out to me. I pick who I want to work with. I pick who I want to work with. Yeah, I don't wait. I pick who I want to work with. I identify new people constantly that I want to work with. I literally just reached out to 2 of the girls that are on here right now. That said that they had actually mentioned to me that they had wanted to work with me, but I had pulled their numbers and looked at their stuff and I was like, let's schedule a call. There's another girl that is on my team that I reached out to this morning because I've seen her participate a lot on my team page. Her numbers are great. She's already a lead consultant, so I'm going to schedule a call with her. No, I pick who I want to work with. I pick who I want to work with. I've never had a VIP group. I may have had one for like a year, like 5 years ago, but yeah, I don't have a VIP group. My VIPs, I follow up with and have like a relationship with them.
So you did have a VIP group and you stopped it. How is this helpful for independently contracted salespeople in Scentsy for boss babes? How? I mean, she said one thing that is interesting. Why does it matter if she does this or if she does that? Let her do her own work. Let her run her business the way she wants to do, as long as she recruits and builds her network. Then why does anybody listen to this person? Then why are we on this call? Do as you please, because after all, you're running your own business, don't you? Then we don't need to listen to this crap.
So I do not have a VIP group. Nope, I do not. I just get in front of people and focus on personal relationships, customer expansion, parties, Scentsy Club. I focus a lot on club. Any other questions? I hope that this encouraged you guys and gave you guys some new ideas. I am gonna go. I've got to get some teacher stuff ready for my teachers tonight. Do I do a weekly challenge text for your team? Nope, I don't do any of that. That's not sustainable. You can't sustain weekly challenge texts with your team as you grow. I don't do that, nope. They can come on the Zoom calls and that I do every 2 weeks right now and they can hear ideas and share ideas, but I'm not doing weekly challenges. They can be on pages like this and be challenged, but yeah, I don't have the capacity to do that. Oh, Jennifer, I'm so sorry to hear that. I can't imagine how hard that's been for you. Suggestions I would give you is to listen to every training that's been on this page and have a home party, for sure. For sure. All right. Well, I'm so glad that you guys tuned in. I know this is a weird time. If you're watching the playback, if you have a random question, I will be checking back on this video tonight. So I'll go through and see if y'all have any questions. But, you know, leadership is one of the hardest things that you will ever do in your life. But it by far is like the most rewarding. Ooh, I didn't think I'd get emotional. But I've literally watched people's whole lives change. Because of Scentsy, I've watched it change like right in front of my eyes. So leadership is truly the best. And it's an honor to be here. And an honor to lead you guys, and I do not take it lightly, and I will be here till the very end. Till the very end of Scentsy time, I will be here. I'm not going anywhere. So, guys, just lead really well, book parties, listen to all the amazing trainings, you guys, from this page. If you've missed them, you need to be accountable, and you need to go back and listen. And let's do this. Bye, guys.
This is not a leader, in my opinion. This is borderline a bully masking as a leader. And if you are ever in a team call or in a company or in an MLM and you have somebody like this, who is your upline or who is your manager, don't allow those people to get into your head and hold yourself to the standard of a normal human being. If you truly ran your own business, would you listen to crap like this? If you were to run your own business, would you be on a team call, period, from your leader and from your upline. Get out, it's a cult and it is tanking and you want to get out before it does. This is a beautiful example, in my opinion, how to not be a leader, how to not lead a team call, and how to not talk to people. Fun fact, I'm also a fan of smelly things, but I would never buy scentsy. I do have a lot of scented candles here. The one from IKEA are wonderful. They're cheaper than a lot of others and they don't burn down that evenly. But I also like the ones from Yankee Candle. They're a little bit more pricey, but I always ask for them as gifts for my birthday, for example. And then I also like the ones from Bath & Body Works, the 3-wick candles, but they're not available in Germany. So whenever I travel and when I'm in a country where those are available, I also get some of these. They can be rather intense sometimes and I need to place them into the hallway and not necessarily in my living room, but I also like them. So it's a no for me, scentsy. It's not a well-rounded leadership, and for scentsy to allow people to operate like this is really, really disappointing. I would like to hear your thoughts on this as well. Was this inspirational? Was this a leader? Was this a valuable team call? I mean, it would be valuable for me because I would be like, okay, hello, scentsy, I'm quitting because my upline sucks. That would be my learning from this, and that could actually be quite useful. I would like to hear your opinion about this because no bueno, not good. Nicht gut. If you like these types of videos, please consider subscribing. If you like this specific one, please give it a thumbs up. That helps my channel out a lot. If you would like to comment something, please do so in the comment section down below. That also helps my channel out a lot. And if you like these types of videos, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. Until then, cheers!